In 1911, Dr. Arthur Cooper began work on a technique for contacting the dead that was both ingenious and some would say fraudulent. He claimed to have discovered a way of using the fledgling science of photography to record thoughts directly from the spirit world. The plates were not sensitive to light, as in conventional photography. The photographic plates reacted to what is now known as morphic resonance and the chemical reaction triggered by certain frequencies of electromagnetic fields. During the early years of the 20th century, Dr. Cooper worked with Mr. John Edwards and his wife, the psychic Henrietta Edwards. The three paranormal investigators held many seances where they famously claimed to have been put into contact with the spirit of Tilly Hart. Dr. Cooper kept rigorous notes, as was befitting a man of his calling. However, most of these notes were taken and lost by the police investigating Miss Hart's death. A photograph of this particular experiment clearly depicts the three psychic investigators standing around a table. On the table we can clearly see a circle of dark squares. I have no doubt that these squares are the photomorphic plates referred to in Dr. Cooper's remaining notes. It seems that the trio are attempting to contact a spirit and transfer its thoughts into images. There is no doubt that Dr. Cooper achieved some degree of success in this matter. Many plates are supposed to have been created in this short period of time. The contemporary interest in the workings of the spirit world, combined with the public interest in the disappearance of the music hall star, led to a great deal of fame, as well as significant financial reward. It seems that Tilly took it upon herself to disappear. The pressures of fame, the endless shows, the autographs, the press, the adoring fans, the parties, all of these took their toll on the sensitive young woman. She went into hiding in plain view, renting a rather squalid bedsit overlooking the theatres that she loved. There is little known of these days. We can imagine the star sitting at her tiny window looking out with melancholy at the life that had given her so much, and yet had taken all away. The landlady, a rather brusque old woman by the name of Nellie Parkins, informed the police that she would often hear voices, both male and female, coming from the tiny room. And yet, she would never see anyone entering or leaving. This indeed was odd, as the old woman was, well, how shall we put it, very vigilant. And there she spent her days, alone and morose, gradually fading away into the ghost that was said to have haunted Theatreland. You see, even when she was alive, she seems to have been a spirit, haunting her previous life. She'd been seen walking as a rather translucent additional member to the cast of the Grand Victoria Theatre in London, the only venue that is still a theatre to this day. She's seen walking in front of the cinema screen at the Liverpool Astoria, even through the supermarket that now stands on the site of the New Bedford. Oddly, always carrying a small watch that she carried around her neck, wildly and rather melodramatically gesticulating, as if there was something about the time that was of significance. It was the landlady that found her lifeless body almost 30 years after her disappearance, a partially decomposed corpse, and a somewhat macabre testament to her abandonment and neglect. She was transported back to Staffordshire with her effects. Here a small service was held for the family member who had once been a star. Truly, a star in two worlds. So here I sit, sifting through the box that I now realize had travelled with Tilly from the lonely bedsit to her family home. Its contents make more sense to me now. The tiny necklace watch, the seemingly black photographs, the signed portrait with its mysterious message, as well as the unsleeping presence that is now my constant companion.